Hey everyone. So this video is going to be about riding the ScotRail train. My experience using it with a cane, walking with a cane, going from Aberdeen to Inverness. I did go on a weekday. I don't know if there's more traffic on weekdays or more on the weekends, but I went on a weekday in approximately the middle of September this year. So I had not ridden a train to get from one place to another since I was in the Army moving equipment. My more recent experiences with trains were just riding steam trains for simply for pleasure, ending up back where you started in the United States. So this was my first time in a long time, and my first time using a cane, taking a train to get from one city to another. So I went to the train station a day early just to kind of scope out the area, see what was involved, and spoke with a young lady who was extremely helpful. And her name was Soren. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. So shout out to Soren. If you see this, thank you so much for your patience and your help. So um, to get onto your train, you scan your ticket, whether it's on your phone or you have a physical printed out version. You scan your ticket, and you are also going to have to do that when you exit the train to get off the train into the train station area. So have your phone, your ticket, whatever it is, handy. And they have wider gates if you have a large luggage, or you walk with a cane, you're in a wheelchair, you have a bicycle, whatever it is that might need more space. The layout's fairly simple. There's a lot of signage in the train station. And once I understood the process, I did not have any difficulty getting where I needed to go. The train itself, there is a gap. You'll hear the announcements. Please mind the gap. There is a gap between the train and the station. It's a small gap. I was able to make the step quite easily. Um, there is a ramp. I saw them using it to bring the snack and beverage cart onto the train. So if you need it, I imagine that you could reach out to the lovely folks at ScotRail and make arrangements to use it. I was approaching with my suitcase, and a gentleman stepped from the train, said, "I saw you coming. Do you need some help?" And lifted my suitcase up. So my first experience getting on the train, I just had to worry about me. Um, and thank you, sir, for your help. There are places to put your luggage. You can request a certain seat close to the luggage, close to the window, forward facing, backward facing, whatever it is that you want. And the train journey itself, I found quite interesting. Lots of beautiful scenery along the way. When you exit the train, and all the stops are announced quite clearly and multiple times, when you exit the train at your stop, get your luggage, get off the train, and then as you go through the gates into the train station, you scan your ticket again. And for the return journey, I went from Inverness back to Aberdeen. I lifted my luggage up myself, no difficulties. Both times when I was getting off the train, people are like, "Hey, do you need some help?" And lifted my suitcase down for me. So once again, the folks in Scotland are extremely lovely, very friendly people, and always happy to help you out. When you're on the train, if you have a smaller bag, backpack, or whatever, there are places, racks over the seats that you can put it. Um, so, all in all, taking the train in Scotland with a cane, at least a ScotRail train, was extremely easy, and I had no difficulty at all. There's an app you can pre book ahead of time. You can talk to a ticket agent or use a machine, whatever, at the station. There's lots of options. So, a few details about riding the ScotRail train. The stations are easy to maneuver, flat floors, I had no problem walking with a cane. The gates are easy to get through. It's just a gate that opens once you scan your ticket. If you have any difficulties, the people working there at the station can open the gate for you, and they will do so if you have wheelchair, walking with a cane, large luggage, any combination of those things. They'll help you get through the gate. The train itself is easy to step up on. It's just a couple of steps, pretty easy to do. Just mind the gap between the train and the station. The aisles are wide enough to walk down comfortably. The seats are very comfortable. As a shorter person, I would have had difficulty putting my backpack up on the rack over the seats, but as always, Scottish people are very friendly. I always offer to help. The train was not crowded at all when I rode on the weekday from Aberdeen to Inverness. I had no idea what it's like on the weekend or at different times of the year. But in September, on a weekday, it was not crowded at all. Lots of stops. They're all announced very clearly. And it was an enjoyable experience. You will have burned into your brain afterwards the phrase, see it, say it, sorted. But all in all, it was a good experience and easy to do with a cane. No difficulties at all.